Welcome back to Bet on the Bounce. My name's Dobby and this is Doss, and it was quite a hard week of punting last week. How'd you end up going?
I hit 3 winning bets. I feel like I should have had a couple more, with Port Adelaide, my only losing leg in that first game, and Carlton, my only losing leg in the second game. And I thought that they were a coin flip, really. Carlton were in it, Port Adelaide were in it. Just Bombers got on top and Bulldogs fought to the end, really.
Yeah. And you got Will
Day.
Cost you.
Yeah, needed 25. He got 24. But, yeah, he's my boy. So
he is your boy. You wouldn't say anything bad about him.
No, I couldn't.
And you got that extra $20 bet on the Brownlow for him. Check that on. So how do you feel about that? Feel more confident after how he's playing?
He played well. I think it was a windy game.
Goal he kicked from 60.
Yeah, had that goal. I think he kicked 3 behinds, 1 goal, 3. Yeah. 24 disposals.
Will they go? Well, I had only the 2 wins. I feel like I was getting a bit stiff early. Rosie decided to do nothing in the first quarter, then had a great 3 quarters after that. Van Ruin only kicked 1. Richards never kicked a goal. A little things were 1 leg off, but didn't really feel close. Sicily never went down forward, so that really hurt me. They had Bruce. The Zorko's just been my boy. He just keeps providing with that fantasy points, so I'm going to keep going back to him. But Crows needed 120 points, and they got 114.
They started strong in the last quarter. I thought they were going to get there as well, but
yeah, they hit the post.
The Great Wall of Combin.
Yeah, hey, that was it in the end. You called it. Well, yeah, you called it with the Sicily bet as well. You said you wouldn't go down there with them having Hogan and all that.
Yeah,
so
it was a bad start for Hawthorn too.
Yeah, which doesn't give them the confidence to send him down there. So, not great. And then you look at the guest. He F&F Gains, the pro punter for a reason. He made a bit of money. Had the most winners. Had 5 winners. Got the guest back into it. So, yeah, it's definitely shortened up around you and the guest. I've still got a little bit of a lead, but that could change.
It could change at any time, any given week,
any given bet,
any given bet.
It could, but this week we just had a new segment, my own one. Doss will obviously have his own throughout the year. He's got his own lined up, but this week we're starting with the Brownlow tips. So I run a bit of a Brownlow predictor every round, keep track of how that's going. So my 2 tips this round, their futures obviously are Matt Rowdy at the most votes for Gold Coast, $2 odds. And then also Tom Green to get the most votes for GWS, also at $2 odds. I'd be very surprised if one of those boys doesn't win.
What do you... Noah Anderson.
I know Noah Anderson, but Matt Rowell still beat Noah Anderson by, I think, 12 votes last season. It was 14 to 26. Matt Rowell's line going into Brownlow night last year was about 18. And I hit the overs, same with Tom Green. He went about 6 over as well. These boys get a lot of contested possessions, a lot of centre clearances, and it gets them a lot of votes.
Yeah.
I think Matt Rowell went into the night last year at $1.90, around what he is right now, and he ended up winning by 12 votes. So those are boys that just rack up votes, because if you have the umpires for division, it's right here. Those boys are just getting contested possessions, so that's what gets you votes. So we had the 3 I did earlier in the year, which was Sarong and Neil. So they're added to that as well. So there's the 4 bets. And Max Holmes as well for the Cats. So those are the 5 bets so far. Those are the 2 new ones this week. So just started a bit of a new thing. Keep track of that throughout the year. But may as well get into the first game of the new round, get into our bets. Do you want to kick us off, Doss? What game we got coming?
We've got big one, Carlton Collingwood at the MCG. We've got Collingwood $1.47 favourites, Carlton $2.70, and the line is 12.5. I've kicked off here. I've gone Brody Meyer check anytime goal scorer, and I'm back in the Blues in again.
Bro,
I'm back.
Don't learn your lesson.
Again. Oh, they were in the game against the Dogs. I feel like they got.
They're in every game.
They're
in every game.
They weren't in the first game, or they weren't really in the first 2. They were.
No, they were beating Richmond by 40 points. They were in that one.
They were in that one, but then they weren't.
that's how losing.
They were in
starts.
and out. Yeah.
Yeah,
then,
that's going to be a downfall again. You're going to come back here next Tuesday. We're going to record. You're going to say, the Blues costing me my check kick 5.
Just they've got to do something, and what better way than do it against Collingwood?
Yeah, they do have to, and they won't, though.
I think they will, though.
They've won 2 games in the last 10, and it's against Richmond and West Coast, and you're backing them to beat the Pies.
I'm backing them to beat the Pies. I'm
going to this game, and I'm confidently saying...
You go to Melbourne?
Yeah, I'm going to Melbourne tomorrow. I'm going tomorrow, and I'm going to the game on Thursday. So just out of that, I'm betting with my heart. I am not I am not going with the fact that I'm going to go there and watch Carlton win. So I've taken Pies 1-39. That's just a heart bet. Take that with a grain of salt. De goal, he kicked 0-3 last week. I think he gets one, especially against Carlton. I feel like they give a lot of goals away to mid forwards. And then Walsh 25 plus, he gets a lot on the outside ball against the Pies. So that's got me 480. You didn't get what your odds were.
Mine was 330.
330. And looking at the guests this week, so this is a bit of a change up from what we expected. So we were meant to have a guest on this week. We won't say who, but they said they were happy to be the guest a few weeks ago. Messaged them on Friday. They gave us a thumbs up. They're all good. Messaged them yesterday and today. And cricket's seen the messages, not interested. So we've been ghosted.
Yeah.
We've been ghosted, which is rough. So what we decided to do is we just wanted to see if AI was a better punter than we are. We know Dos gets some of his bets from ChatGPT. Especially his winners have usually come from ChatGPT.
I paid for the premium subscription for those ones.
Yeah, it's the premium what?
There's a premium subscription.
Ah, nice. So what we've done, we've actually gone to ChatGPT this round, got a bet from each game, and see if the AI can bet better than us because we got ghosted. Simple as that. So we look at AI bet, smart punter, Pies win.
Oh.
Pies win, do the math, run the numbers, Pies win. I knew I had a connection with AI. It's me and it with the stats. The stats don't lie. Dacos 25 plus.
Did he give you Nick or Josh?
Nick.
Nick, yeah.
Nick 25 plus, and then Charlie Curnow for a goal. That's $3 odds. And you know what? Curnow might be the killer leg there.
He'll kick 4.
Yeah, probably. Having Darcy Moore next to him, that probably helps. But the next game we have is the Cats versus the Demons. Cats are heavy favourites at $1.21 since it's at GMHBA, and Melbourne are $4.45. The line is 28.5. For this one, I do have a bit of a stat. Like I said, I'm locking in with the stats this round. I'm a big numbers guy. When you look at Clayton Oliver, he's only 3 games ever at GMHBA. He's got 44 disposals, 47 and 34. So he loves it there. No wonder he wanted to go there. He's going to get traded there. He loves it. And then he averages 32.6 disposals just against Geelong in general. So I've taken him 30 plus. I said last week I'm not a massive fan of taking him, but I think you have to this time. And then I've taken the D's plus 35.5. I think they don't get smashed out of the park here. I think they show up somewhat as they did against the Giants. And for that one, I'm getting 282. What have you got?
I've gone Geelong to win, just head-to-head. I've gone Christian Salem, 20 plus disposals. I think his last 6 games, he's hit that mark each time. I've gone Lawson Humphreys to get 15 disposals off halfback. And I've gone Tyson Stengel 2 goals. And that's just no stats, just vibes.
Just vibes.
Just
big vibes guy, big stats
vibes guy. Not a big stats guy.
So who's going to win, AI, vibes or stats?
Vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the vibes are good.
Yeah, the vibes are good.
They're chill.
You're big on Salem.
He's good off halfback. He's consistent.
He's consistent, and maybe Humphreys is Stewart still going to be out? Is Tom Stewart still going to be out? Because I could get him a bit more of the ball.
I don't think that'll matter, really.
Tom Stewart does head into the
midfield. He usually starts in the centre square and then will drift back behind the ball after that.
Yep.
But I'm getting $3.30 odds for that. And then we're moving into our guest ChatGPT.
Basically your second bet. This is what AI gave you.
This is what AI gave me.
The first time. Yeah.
I did a refresh and it gave me this one.
Okay.
Cats win. Cameron 2 plus goals. Petrarca 25 plus. And over 165.5 points. And that's getting ChatGPT $3.60 odds.
Yeah, nice.
So it's on me with the... he's a bit of a vibes guy here with the Cats W.
Yeah, he's vibing out the $1.20 shot win. Big vibes.
Big vibes.
Big vibes down at the Fortress. Yeah, nice. What's the next game we're heading into?
Next game is Gold Coast Suns and Adelaide Crows, which I think could be one of the games of the round.
That's going to be huge.
And it's $1.72 favourites for the Gold Coast and $2.13 for Adelaide. The line is 4.5. And now I'm coming into this one. I'm going big with this one again. I've got Suns to win. Noah Anderson, 30 plus disposals. Riley, the thrill seeker, anytime goal scorer.
King.
And Jed Walter, anytime goal scorer. And those are $4.56 odds. And I think the Suns have the best contested midfield in the league over the last... They've only played 2 games, but you look at what they've done to... Fair enough, it was against West Coast and Melbourne, but still, Matt Rowell, Noah Anderson just getting in.
Matt Rowell, the goat, eats grass,
yeah.
and Noah Anderson loves playing footy at Gold Coast.
Mm.
Yeah, he gets
And they've got Flanders back in. They've got Ben King, Walter up front now. I think it's all going well.
Yeah, they do have
the Suns. It is against Adelaide, who have been very good, but I'm going with the Suns.
Yeah, I was tempted to also go to the Suns this game, but I'm really scared of Adelaide. Like, I've been hyping them up. So I'm like, if I'm going to tipping, I'm going to Gold Coast.
What do the numbers say? What do the stats say?
The stats said that it's going to be close.
Yeah, okay.
Their games are always close. I was going to take Tri-Bet 1-24, but then again, either of these teams could take the last quarter by the gonads and just run away with a 25-plus win. So the reason they're so high scoring so quickly kind of scared me, but the numbers did say it's going to be real close. But I stepped away from the numbers just in that portion. Don't worry, the numbers stick around. Anderson,
they're not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere. The stats are right here. Only C in code. Zeros and ones, baby. That's it. Anderson.
JavaScript.
Yeah. Anderson to go 30-plus on with you. He's gone 6 from 8. 6 from his last 8 games at Gold Coast. He's gone 30-plus. And it was like a nice odds, like $1.90 for him to go 30-plus. So see that as value. He loves it there. Everyone knows he loves it there. And Rankin to get 20. He's gone like 20, 26, 15, and 31 this year. The reason he got 15 is because he got subbed out. So we take him to get 20, which I like as well. And took Miller for a goal. I looked at his stat sheet where it's like the hotspot of where he is. Yeah. And like 75% of his disposals are in the forward half. That's why he kicked 2 last week. I think he kicked 1 the week before. He's really pushing forward, and I think at Gold Coast he'll probably want to push forward even more. So that's getting me 436, bit of numbers around that one. But we go to the AI bet, and with that one, we get the Crows win. So going the opposite of you. So it's the vibes say Suns, but the
AI is saying Crows.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, but gone Rao 25+, and Rankin goal. So they're vibing me with the Rankin, but they're taking the goal portion of it.
Yeah.
That actually couldn't be a bad bet with Rochelle being out. Maybe he does push forward a bit more.
Well, he's been pushing forward anyway, so...
Yeah. So they're getting $3.50 for that, so that's not too bad. And heading into the next game, you just had a great game of footy, and you fucking tune into this snooze fest. This will be Tigers versus the Lions at the MCG. $8 for the Tigers and $1.08 for the Lions. The line is a big 45.5. For this one, this is my bet of the round. This is the one that I like the most.
Is this your lock?
This is my lock.
Is this your Crows 121+ lock?
Hey, that was so unlucky.
It's broken.
Yeah, well...
Don't work.
The lock's back. This is the best lock you've ever seen. This is a vault, actually. It's a vault bet.
Oh, yeah.
So, the numbers don't lie. The Tigers give away the most AFL fantasy points for turnover. So they give away a shitload to turnover. Zorko scores the most AFL fantasy points from turnover. So you're getting the blokes who give it away the most, and there's a bloke who's just going to cherry pick the shit out of some turnover points.
Those are some numbers.
Those are some numbers.
Those are some stats.
Last time he played Richmond, he scored 148. That is huge. So we're taking Zorko to score 120+ fantasy points because that's as high as the market goes. If it went 130, it would go there too. So $2.70 for a bloke who's averaging 120 against a team that he matches up against the best. Those are some numbers if you've ever seen them. $2.70 for the Zorkinator. You didn't like that nickname?
No. All right, back over to the vibes here. The vibes guy.
Yeah.
We got Lions 40+. Why? Just because?
Yeah. They haven't beaten a team by 40+ all year, but...
I know, but...
Vibes.
The Saints did it against Tigers last week, and I think Lions are going to do it again. They found a bit of form. Mm-hmm. I've backed you here with Zorko. Not on the fantasy, but I've got 25. No.
Who?
The Zorkinator.
Oh.
Yeah, that dude.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, as you said, just like massive accumulator from turnover. Yeah. So I've gone 25 disposals.
Yep. The vibes also said that. That's crazy.
Hopper 20+, and Will Ashcroft 20+, and that's $3.24 odds. Will Ashcroft, I think, had 33 last week, and Hopper has had over 20 his last 3 games. Yeah. So I'm liking that. That's where it's at.
If Richmond get 20 disposals, Hopper might have them.
Hopper might have them all.
That's good.
Taranto might take some, but...
Yeah, maybe a few. Yep.
Won't be too much taken off Hopper, I don't think.
No.
Then we've gone to AI bet. He's gone Lockie Neal 30+ disposals. Charlie Cameron 2+, and Lynch 2+.
Why'd you say he?
Oh, I assumed it's gender. We're cancelled. We're cancelled. It has gotten... Can I say it?
It's fine.
AI has got $5.25 odds on that bet.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. AI must think Lynch is still who he was before, which he just is not.
Nah. And the feed coming inside 50 is not that good.
No.
It's either on Taranto's hack foot.
Yeah. You have to do a whole bunch to kick 2 goals. The team, I mean.
The team.
He's got to hope Lynch gets 2 of them. Anyway, off to the next one.
The next one is...
When you wake up from your nap, you wake up and this game's on.
This game, I don't dislike this game.
Nah.
North Melbourne versus Sydney. North $2.41 and Sydney favourites $1.57. The line being 11.5, which I think is fair the way North have been playing. And obviously North, they're a big vibes team. I think. Yeah, they are a big vibes team.
You're a big fan.
I'm a big fan of North.
Yeah, you're a big boner, massive boner. Yeah.
I've gone Matt Roberts 20+. I've gone Warner 20+ and anytime goal scorer. And I've gone Luke Davies-Uniacke 20+ as well for $3.30 odds.
That wins, man.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that bet.
Roberts gets so much easy footy.
Yeah, he was playing like pretty good for 20 disposals.
Like $1.30, $1.35. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And Warner's pretty much always good for 20 and a goal. Like.
Yeah.
And LDU, he's been quiet, but I feel like, and that's good signs for North, him being quiet.
Yeah.
Like not quiet, but like just
Simpkin
and Parker and
the Shees has been a bit quiet.
Yeah, they've been doing the
but
work.
They've
been in games and they're playing well.
I went to the numbers and
again,
I went to the numbers again, and they're just there. Swans 25+. That actually is a vibe ad, just because it's. I think of the Swans still as the 2024 Swans. I know they're not. They have a different coach, but like they've won over in Freo. They who cares? They lost to the Lions. Like that's not that bad. Like they haven't had a bad loss. Like I haven't looked at a loss yet and been like, that's a bad team. So I think it's pretty ridiculous that they're paying like the same odds as Carlton to win the flag. Well, they might not be anymore, but they were last week. So that's ridiculous. I think 25+, I'm just getting value for that. And then I've taken James Jordan 15+. He's gone 20, 19, and 24, and you're getting like $1.90 odds for him to go around that mark. For him to get 20+. So I just took him to take 15+, $3.17 for that. So just to see the Swans play well and James Jordan to get his hands on it a bit.
Forgot about him.
Yeah.
In my bet.
Was he part of the vibe check? He didn't.
He might go to LDU.
Yeah, he couldn't go to
LDU.
And then the thing with James Jordan is when he tags, he ends up getting more of it than the person he tags. He's just like they take him to the footy and he just pushes them under it. And
he might not go to LDU though. He could go to Caleb Daniel.
He could off the half
play
back.
the defensive forward role.
But is he that lethal with the ball? Like he just gets a lot of it, but I'm not sure if he's that lethal with it.
I think he's a good user of it, but I think Caleb Daniel and Jai Simpkin have been the most dangerous, I think, for North this year.
And then you go to the AI, they've also taken the Swans, which is just probably off the thought that they think the Swans is unreal, so they're just taking that. And then Parker against his old team, 25+, $7 odds, just for the Swans to win. And Luke Parker,
I don't hate that.
Luke Parker to show up against his old team, it's $7 odds. AI might know what it's talking about. That's actually a scary bet because he's going to go out there going, I got something to prove.
Yeah.
Hands on it 25 times, put me in the midfield, boys. $7 odds. I might have a little mug bet on that.
Yeah, $5 on that or something.
Yeah, throw something on that. And the next game we've got, going into Sunday, we've got another snooze fest. You can wake up late. GWS Giants are $1.04 to the West Coast Eagles, $11 odds. The line's 56.5. I have cowered it away at this bet. I am... Yeah, this is. I've really gone to a shell here because I was scared to do anything. But again, I've looked at the stats and again, surprised the Eagles love handing it over. A lot of turnovers, especially in the centre bounce area. They turn it over a lot, dribble out handballs. And there's one bloke from the Giants who gets a lot of it off turnover through the midfield, and that's Callahan. You think of Callahan, you imagine him running through the middle of the field, taking a bounce, launch it into forward 50 because he does. He really attacks off turnover. So I've taken Callahan 25+ disposals at $1.78. really think that's like a good leg. If you're going to chuck something in for your multis, chuck that him for 20 or 25. $1.78 for that. That's what I got. He was $1. That's at Ned's at $1.58 or $1.40 everywhere else. So I got a bit of value. What did you get?
I got a bit more than $1.75.
Nice, because I also did. I got $1.78. What did you get?
Oh, $1.78, sorry. I was just rounding down. No point rounding up on that thing.
Yep.
I've gone Tom Green 30 plus, Giants 40 plus, Toby Green 2 plus, and Liam Ryan anytime for $4.50 odds.
Yeah, at least you
Tom Green gets a lot of footy.
Oh yeah, I could say that for anyone you put to disposals, but you the only thing that kept this from being your worst bet is you didn't add Cadman. This is your worst bet of the round.
I feel like you're gonna fucking just be embarrassed after saying that come next week.
No. I don't think there's a way. Like, I think they can win by 40 plus. I just think it's hard for all those things to happen.
You don't think Tom Green can get 30 disposals?
Oh, I guess he can, but I don't.
He's probably the most likely player on the field to get 30 disposals.
Yeah, he probably is.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Toby Green's most likely to kick 2 goals though.
Against West Coast?
No, I don't know. I just feel like I see him pushing up the field, tackling blokes.
Yeah, I can see him running back as well and kicking a couple goals. And then Liam Ryan, the one time they get it inside 50, maybe it gets crumbed down and he just snaps it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And what odds do you get?
$4.50.
Nah. My $1.78. You know what's better than having a $4 odds bet that loses?
What?
A $1.78 bet that wins.
Okay.
Got nothing to say to that, does he? That's a bit of numbers for him.
I'm just trying to work out the math, but I gave up.
Go ahead.
All right, we'll go to the AI
Little
bet.
less. Whatever.
We'll move on from that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone. He's just as weak as you. He's just as weak as you. But he's done it in 2 legs. He's gone Toby Green 2 plus, and he's gone Tom Green 25 plus for $1.77.
That's less odds than me by a
That's
cent.
less odds than you by a cent.
The math says this is not a good game to punt on.
Unless you like vibes. Unless you're a big vibes person.
Yep. Team vibes. Yep. We're gonna find out. There's no point arguing. We're gonna find out.
There's no point arguing.
But when that bet loses and our 2 bets win.
Okay. Oh, so your 2 bets. If if AI bet gets up, mine's pretty much home.
It's like half your bet.
It's half my bet. I just need 5 more from Tom Green, and then
He gets 26. Yeah. Next game.
then, yeah. So we're moving on. Moving on from that. That was. I'm tired thinking about that game. Port Adelaide versus St Kilda.
Snooze fest. Talk about getting tired.
$1.47 Port Adelaide, $2.68 Saints. The line is 13.5. I've come in here. I've gone relatively big. I've gone Connor Rozee 25 disposals. I've gone Port, and then Mitch Owens 2 plus goals for $5.46.
Yeah, that's good.
And I know it was the practice matches or the community series, but I think these 2 teams played each other, and Connor Rozee had 39 disposals.
Yeah. That's a good point.
And Port Adelaide smacked them.
Yeah, and Owens looked unreal last week. Kicked 4-3.
He had a good game.
So
I didn't watch.
There's no one else down there.
No,
I didn't waste my time.
not till Max King comes back.
Yeah, but are you worried about what do you think about Butters maybe coming back? Is that going to worry Rosie a bit? He still gets 25.
No, I still think he gets 25. Probably makes Ollie Wines disposals drop down or Jason Horne-Francis.
And that leads you into my bet. Ollie Wines 25 plus. So they Ollie Wines hasn't gone under 25 disposals in his last 10 games that Butters has missed. So you're right. His disposals go down when Butters is in. So you're right. If Butters misses, you chuck Wines in there for 25 because his last 10 games, he hasn't gone under 25. I took under 167.5 points. They haven't gone over 167.5 points, which isn't that high since 2019. These 2 teams are just defense versus shit offense. Who's the top tall forwards? It's Mitch Owens versus Georgiades.
Yeah.
Yuck.
I think they're trying to push Ollie Lord back in so they have another tall target after Lukosius went down. Yeah, there's no Dixon this year.
No.
I think they had
and Finn
Soldo.
is down back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ivan Soldo.
He was
put me next to him. I could keep him to a goal. But I just don't see this game going over 167 because, like, unless they both decide that fuck defense, which would be surprising. I think Port are going to go right at home. That's why they're favourites. Saints are just going to make this defensive lock. They're all their games recently have been so closely contested, so that's why I've also taken either team 1-24. I think you'll see this game be a 65 to a 73 type of shit fight. Like, I think it'll be gross. I'm getting 389 for that. I do really like that bet. So there's a bit of stats behind that one as well. You've already done your one. Don't worry. Yeah. I've lost the plot. The numbers are getting to me.
Yeah.
They've taken Port win. Wine's 25 as well, which is gives me a bit of confidence. And over 158.5. So it's $2.70. So they're taking an alternate line. So mine's 167, 158. So if it sits between there, we both can win, but that'd be kind of hard.
Did you have Port to win?
No.
No Port?
Just
AI?
Yeah, just the AI has Port to win there because I didn't really want to touch that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Leading into the last game, which also looks like it could be a pretty good game, Freo versus the Bulldogs, $162 for Freo, and the Bulldogs $2.30. The line's 7.5. For this one, there was a fair bit to look at, but I just really ended up liking Dale and Liberty at 25 each. It wasn't for any reason besides that the odds just kind of favoured them.
No stats this time?
No real stats besides the fact that the odds just gave me better than I thought I should get. So if you want to take the stats that way. Dale 25 plus, Libba 25 plus, that's $2.43. What have you got?
I've gone back to Jai Amos. He just came off four goal display. I've got him 2 plus. I've gone Darcy 2 plus, and back to Riley Sanders for 15 plus.
You sound like you weren't even happy about your own bet on Darcy 2 plus.
I'm going to be honest. I forgot his first name, so it's Sam, isn't it?
Yeah, Sam. But you're not on Sean Darcy. He's not coming back.
No.
You're on Samuel.
Sam Darcy at 2 plus, and then Sanders 15 at $4.40 odds. And Sanders was quiet for the start of the year, and I really feel like last week against Carlton he picked up a lot. I think he finished with 24 disposals.
Yeah.
So he's proven he can find the footy at the VFL level and under 18 level. So hopefully he can just keep plotting along while Chalor and Bontempelli are out and get that 15 plus.
Yeah.
And then coming yours. What's yours?
I've already done mine.
You said yours?
God, we've lost the plot.
Yeah.
We've lost the plot properly.
AI, we've got AIs.
Yep.
They've gone Freo to win, Norton 2 plus disposals, and Andy Brayshaw 25 disposals for $4.10.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that.
The only thing I don't like is Freo.
Oh, really? I just don't like Norton. I think Freo can get it done at home.
I feel like they can get it done, but I don't think the odds.
Yeah,
West Bulldogs shouldn't be. It should be like
but you think about I guess the Swans went over there and got the job done just. So who do you think? Do you think the Swans are better than the Bulldogs, even though it's depleted Bulldogs? You think the Swans are better than the Bulldogs?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that was a close game, so I wanted to stay away from the head-to-head. I think it's going to be close, and I could see it going either way, so I didn't really want to touch that. Why don't you give us your Mega Multi?
My Mega Multi, I've gone Geelong to win, Lions 40 plus, Giants 40 plus, Matt Roberts 20 plus, LDU 20, Rosie 20, Rankin 20 for $7.53.
Oh. That's asking for heaps. Geelong to win, they honestly could lose to Melbourne. I know I said that last week with the Gold Coast against Melbourne. I said that. That's embarrassing. But Lions 40 plus, they haven't beaten him by 40 plus yet. GWS 40 plus, I guess. 7.53. It's the odds don't look bad for it, but it's just like 2 teams win by 40 plus. I get to see either of them not.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with Stringer and Hogan?
Stringer, I don't care about Stringer.
What about Toby Green?
I care about Toby Green, yeah. I care about Hogan.
He could kick 4.
I care about Hogan. Yeah, that one, that's probably your best Mega Multi so far, which makes sense since all the other ones fucking shat the bed. I've gone Sir Zork.
The Zorkinator.
The Zorkinator. His legal name. 110 plus. We've just scaled it back in case he gets 119 and really hurts me, but I think he gets the 120. I probably should have just put 120, but I didn't. Rankin 20 plus. I really hope he doesn't push forward too much with Rochelle, but Rochelle went out early last week and he still had 30 disposals, so I don't think they're too keen to push him in the forward line. Saints versus Power, either team 1-40. There's no way either team wins this by 40 plus. Mark my words. No way. Swans win, just value at $1.50, and then Callahan 20 plus. I'm getting $5.78 for that. Do you wanna run us through AI bet?
Nick Dacos 25 plus. Lions to win. Jeremy Cameron 2 plus. Charlie Cameron 2 plus. Lynch 2 plus. Wines 25. Brayshaw 25. Neil 30 for $12.81.
There's no way that wins. Surely not. I hope the Lions leg is the one that
The Lynch
$1.04.
Lynch one, I don't see that one happening. And
Neil could easily not get 30.
Yeah.
Charlie Cameron could easily not get 2. Yeah, $12.81. It's the biggest mega multi. It's mega for a reason, but it's a lot of legs. Anything you wanna sign off with, Dos?
Yeah, I can't get over that $1.78.
Okay, when we come back here next week, when my bet wins,
Yeah, okay.
and your bet loses,
Yeah.
I want an apology to the camera.
Can you bring the 10-cent pieces in?
I can bring the change. I can bring the change. Well, we'll see how we end up on the week. I think your bets again. I'll look better. I think you're probably going to go into the positives this week. I'll probably just stick around the 500 mark, somewhere around there. I'll make sure I bring that money in, actually.
Yeah,
the 500.
okay,
Yeah. The green ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll match it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring it in.
Sure. I'm not even sure if all your bets got up, you could get to me. Nah, you probably could, actually. Anyway, thanks everyone for listening. That's actually it. I don't have anything else to say.
Done.
That's me done. That's all my bets, and a whole lot of winners in there. So Vibes versus ChatGPT versus Stats.
Numbers.
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 Anyway, see you next week.
Moneyball.
Bye.